Hello everybody, Tuesday 28th of January 2020, how are we all doing? So I got hold of something, I got given something today. It was my number for the cross-border 10k. I'm number 100, so that's my little number to stick on whatever top I might wear if I do the race. So for anyone that doesn't know, just very briefly, because some people have seen this already, I have entered the cross-border 10k, which is on Sunday the 2nd of February. It's from Gretna down to back to Carlisle. So I live in Carlisle. So it's Gretna to Carlisle, just 10 kilometres. I've entered, I'm number 100. I've also got my little chip here tab. So if someone hasn't seen one of these before, I hadn't actually. I've never run in a race and been given one of these before. You get this little tab with a chip on it somewhere. I'm guessing it's kind of in the middle there. You pop this, you feed this through the laces on your shoe. One end of this has got a little sticky tab by the looks of it that you peel off. You then stick that together and spin this around so that your pin, your little chip, is visible on the outside. So I guess when you're running through the start of the race and then through the finish, there's obviously something there that picks this up and knows what your chip time is for your race. So nice little idea that was. The reason why I'm saying I'm not sure, I'm a bit hesitant about it because I've actually been suffering from a bit of pain in my left knee area for probably a good week now. It started going completely. In fact, a couple of days ago there was barely anything at all, and then yesterday evening it flared up again, actually quite bad. So it's a bit better again tonight. I've got yoga still to do tonight. That's stretching it and doing yoga seems to help it. It had got painful as well on the outside of my leg for some reason. The pain was on both sides, but tonight that left side's fine. It's just a bit sore on the inside. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do the 10k because even if in a couple of days my leg feels fine, to then run a 10k race on Sunday, it might just ruin my leg. So at the minute, I'm not sure whether I'll actually be wearing this or if I will donate it to somebody else. So they don't need to give me any money for it. I'm not bothered about that. I think it was £17 to enter. I don't really care about the money. But the race was oversubscribed. There's 1,000 places in the race, and there were people that have been told you can't run, and there's people in my club actually, Border Reivers I believe, who were too late to register. So I might actually give this over to one of my fellow club members to race, put this to use, and then they can have the medal. It's fine. I'm not bothered about the medal. So that's that out of the way. So yeah, I'll update you in the next couple of days. I realistically probably need to make the decision tomorrow or Thursday, to be fair. But my kind of thinking is that even if my leg does feel better tomorrow or Thursday, running 10k on Sunday, is that enough time for it to have fully recovered? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I just wanted to touch very briefly on something I mentioned yesterday, which was camera equipment that I'm thinking about getting hold of. So I've mentioned this one before. I'm quite keen to get my hands on something like a GoPro 7, an action camera that I can then take out with me on runs, because I'm currently filming on my iPhone SE. If I run anywhere with this thing, it will literally, I've just picked it up, it will bounce around like this. There's no image stability as far as I'm aware. There isn't on one of these things. So, it's the footage is going to be jumping around all over the place, which is no fun for anyone to watch. So I want to get myself a proper action camera with some image stability. Now, if you're looking at GoPros, of course, people are going to think, well, you should get the GoPro 8 because it's the latest one. It's got the best image stability out of the GoPros. If you look at reviews of it, it gets great reviews in terms of image quality, particularly things like skin tone and No, just general color quality in general, and the sound quality. The difference between the sound quality of the GoPro 7 and the GoPro 8 is actually really noticeable. So if you haven't seen any reviews, have a look. I've not linked to any because there's just so many to choose from. But feel free to have a look yourself and look at some videos of it. And what people generally tend to do is they'll have a GoPro 7 and they'll have a GoPro 8, and they'll record something at exactly the same time, so you can actually see a true comparison. What's putting me off the GoPro 8 and what's putting a lot of people off the GoPro 8 is the fact that you cannot change the lens cover on it. So if you scratch the lens, it's an action camera. GoPro say they've toughened the glass, but if you're out running, particularly if you go out like trail running, you could drop the thing on rocks or down a cliff face or something. I don't want to test that glass with something that's cost, how much is it? £300+. It's not worth it. When you can get the GoPro 7 for less money now, obviously, because it's an older model, you can replace the lens cover. Now, the lens glass might not be as robust, but if you scratch it, crack it, whatever, you can get a replacement for it very easily and relatively cheaply. And it's still got image stabilization, it's still got good sound quality. It might not be quite as good as the GoPro 8, but I'd rather have the ability to protect myself and my investment than taking a gamble, frankly, because that's exactly what you're doing with the GoPro 8. So GoPro 7, it's likely to be, and that's so that I can then take it out on runs and things like the Ultra Trek that I'm doing in June the 13th. So I'm doing it's 28 kilometers from Kendal to Ambleside, so I can take it on things like that. Now, there is another camera that I've got my eye on that is not for taking out necessarily, holding in my hand while I'm running, but is going to be fantastic for taking some really great footage, even on things like that Ultra Trek from Kendal to Ambleside, and that is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. Now, they do two versions of that. I don't know why I'm holding up four fingers. Fantastic. It must have been a long day. That's better. They do two versions. Not that two. Back to school for me. They do a 4K version and they do a 6K version. Now, having had just a very brief look, now there is quite a difference in the price of the two. So if you have a look online, the 6K version is almost double the cost of the 4K version. But it appears as though you get a lot more. Obviously, you can get better, I guess, quality imagery with the 6K version, but also you've got a lot more choice of lenses that you can put on it, apparently. So you can put a lot more lenses on the 6K version. They're very similar in size. One's nearly twice as expensive as the other, but you get a lot more flexibility in terms of lenses that you can put on that thing. So I've got my eye on that actually as a camera for vlogging, and so taking footage like this instead of on my phone. I mean, the footage it would take would be incredible, but also actually going out and about, so filming races, filming treks, going out and about in places where I live. I'm a National Trust member, so I'm quite keen actually to take it along to some of the National Trust places that me and my partner will go to throughout the year, and take some nice footage of that. And then I can mix that in with drone footage when I get together with my son, and start trying to make some much better quality vlogs for you to watch, particularly when I then get my hands on something like I can't remember the name of it now, the other editing software that I'm interested in. The name will come to me. I'll forget it now completely. As soon as I press stop on this, I'll remember. But yeah, so hopefully for the future, some much better quality stuff, better than me filming this on an iPhone SE in my bathroom. Also, we're moving house hopefully in the next couple of months, so I'm actually going to be able to build myself a proper studio to do filming in, with some much better lighting and backgrounds and so on. So shape of things to come in the future is looking good. So please bear with me while all this is going on. Sorry there's no running in this, and there hasn't been for a little while, and it's purely because I've had an issue, I've had an injury issue, and it's such a shame because obviously I wanted to do this race. I was going to take some footage on my phone at the start and at the end and so on. It's not looking like it's going to happen, but some lucky person's going to get to race in my place in the the cross border 10K. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a nightmare tonight. So yeah, it's not all bad, but could be better. Anyway, listen, I'm going to go because I've got yoga that I want to do for my leg, and yeah, that's it for today. bit of a mishmash. I'll put my teeth back in. Listen, have a great day wherever you are. Christ, I'm still. This is not a good day. Have a great day wherever you are. If you're going out running, stay safe. Watch out for cars. I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.